What's up, YouTube? It's your boy K Shillings back at you one more time with another video. This video is about the 2014 off season. All right, I hear a lot of rumors. All right, you hear about Kevin Love trying to leave Minnesota and possibly either going to the Lakers or going to the New York Knicks. Of course, if he was to go to the Lakers, there's also the rumor that Russell Westbrook would eventually accompany him in LA. All right, you also hear about the rumors about Carmelo Anthony leaving the Knicks and going elsewhere. But the name that will be on everybody's mind come the summer is none other than LeBron James again. All right. And the reason why that is because it has been reported that while Miami is the #1 priority as far as the offseason re-signing or staying in the contract or whatever, the Cavaliers are right there with them as #2, with nobody really being. They say the Knicks were in play, but I don't believe that. I don't think he was ever going to go to the Knicks. All right. So in my opinion, I do think he will leave. All right, and these reasons are why I think he will leave the Miami Heat and go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right. So starting with reason number 10, the fans. Now, not to be too hard on the Miami fans or whatever, but I do think those Cleveland basketball fans were some pretty legit fans. I remember back in the day when he was still in Cleveland, how rabid and, just wild that arena used to be. It used to be jumping come playoff time every single year. Sellouts or whatever. Just so many people excited about basketball. In Miami, I mean, you have some people who are, genuinely excited about what's going on with that team, but you see empty seats. That's insane to me in the playoffs. You see people coming in late or whatever. It's so Hollywood. Everybody wants to make their fashionable entrance or whatever. You see Justin Bieber with the LeBron jersey and the swag glasses, all kinds of ridiculous stuff. You see Rihanna. This is celebrity, all right? It's cool. If you're in Miami, it's cool to be able to go to a Heat game or whatever. It's not about being cool. It's not about being what's, popular at the time. It's about basketball, all right? So I feel like Cleveland fans understood that, and that's why that arena used to be crazy come playoff time, and even in the regular season, all right? So I do think LeBron probably misses some of that fandom, all right? When I think of a basketball arena, and I think of the playoffs, and I think of the ultimate experience or whatever, not that I was there, but the ultimate fandom, I think of 2007, the Bay Area, when Golden State was playing against Utah and Baron Davis dunked on Andre Karolinko. That place went crazy. And it's not even just at that one point in time. It was like that whole series, and it was like that the series before when they knocked off the #1 seed, the Dallas Mavericks, all right? So I think the reason number 10 will be the fans, because he misses the Cleveland fans. He misses true basketball fans, in my opinion, all right? Reason number 9, his current sidekick is like pushing 32 years old. His knees are breaking down. Every season he doesn't really feel good. He always has a lot of injuries through no fault of his own. I mean, sometimes it's just like that in basketball. Sometimes, not even just basketball, sports in general. All right? But in my opinion, it wouldn't make sense to stay with a team where your sidekick is declining, especially at the rate that it seems like Dwayne Wade is declining. Another thing is, because Dwayne Wade was once like a superstar player or whatever, and if he's healthy, you could argue that he's still a superstar player. I think history, after everything plays out, history will overrate Dwayne Wade and make it seem like, oh, people can always throw that argument, oh, you had to join another superstar, another top 5 player, and blah, 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 blah. So now that they won the championship, especially if they win this one, and LeBron James has been doing the heavy lifting in both of them up to this point, in my opinion. And if they win this year, I assume it's going to be more of the same. You don't want to do all the heavy lifting like that, and then still history is going to overrate Dwayne Wade anyway. So I feel like it's a good time, especially if they win this year. It's a good time to go ahead and take take the exit and finish your unfinished business in Cleveland. So that's number 9. Number 8. I feel like if he three-peats in Miami, he's going to be looking for a new challenge. I mean, what more can you really do after you three-peat in Miami but go back to Cleveland and try to win a championship there to cement yourself? So I do think he will leave. Number 7. Chris Bosh may leave this summer. I do think he's going to get some money thrown at him, probably by a bad team, but it won't matter. I think he will go. There's something about a certain pride, I believe, that Chris Bosh probably has. You know, he gets really no respect. He doesn't get a lot of respect in Miami. They treat him like he's a third wheel. Some people actually act like he has no game. Chris Bosh was considered like the best power forward in the NBA before he went to Miami. If not the best, then top 2, top 3. All right, and he's like, people act like he's a scrub in Miami. Chris Bosh is legit, man, and if he's going to get a lot of offers in this offseason, and if he takes them, he's going to go on and still, finish his career pretty great, and he has a lot more years left. Number 6, reason number 6, the money, all right? Cleveland has a lot of young talent. What they don't have is a lot of old veterans that take up their cap space, all right? They are going to have money to sign LeBron, and I think they're going to even have extra money to sign another piece, probably a borderline star player that could, help their situation, help their championship aspirations if they were to get LeBron, all right? So number 6 is money. Number 5, Cleveland is not playing that well so far this season, all right? They've been up and down. Not really as impressive as I thought they would be. Now, they could change later in the season, but if it does not change, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that they're going to have another high draft pick, and if there's ever a time to have a high draft pick, it's this year in this college pool or whatever, full of these super freshmen, and then got other players like Marcus Smart, not even a freshman, a sophomore, but a lot of great players. They can get another piece that could possibly grow into a star player later. So I thought they'll get number 1, number 2, and number 3. But if you get number 5, you're good. There's probably gonna be somebody like Aaron Gordon or something like that. It's number 6, 7. 7's probably gonna be something like Marcus Smart. I'm just saying, I don't know, but it's deep. All right, you're gonna get a good player in this draft if you get a good draft pick. All right, so that's cool. That's another piece that's gonna help them, possibly win a championship. And then as LeBron gets older, to help him do some of the lifting to keep the dominance going. So Cleveland is a good spot, man. I do think he's going to go ahead and make it. Take the exit and go back to Cleveland. Number 4. Reason number 4. He still lives in Akron. One thing I thought was very odd, and this is what kind of sparked my interest in this subject, because you win a championship, right? You're in the city. Everybody wants to go to Miami. It's the summertime. The middle of the summertime. Everybody loves Miami. Everybody wants to go to Miami. Everybody wants to go to South Beach. Everybody wants to do this. You're LeBron James. You just won a championship. It seems like after they won, he was like in Miami for like a week, and then the next thing he's posting on Instagram heading back home to Akron. I was like, what? In the middle of summer, you going back to Akron? It's not for everybody. I don't know him personally, obviously, but everybody isn't impressed by the whole, got to be out on Front Street, got to be in the clubs, got to be on the beach or whatever. Everybody's not that impressed with that. It may appeal to some people to be, in a cool area or whatever with your wife, with your kids, chilling or whatever. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's just interesting that like a week after you win a championship, you going back to Akron and not partying on the beach or something like that. So I think that's interesting. Well, probably not a week, but it didn't seem like it was very long after. Reason number 3. In my personal opinion, I think he always planned to return to Cleveland. I think the whole Miami thing was him hedging his bet. All right, and what I mean by that is he wants to be among the greats of all time, right? There's one thing you have to have, all right? There's people like Karl Malone. Karl Malone's great. Charles Barkley's great. Reggie Miller's great. All these people are great. But in the hierarchy, when you talk about all-time greats, I feel like they're automatically pushed down a little bit of a peg because they don't have rings, all right? Now, rings don't tell the whole story, but I feel like they're the ultimate. I mean, this is your job. This is your whole life that you dedicated to basketball. You want something to show for it. Rings are what you show for it, all right? So there's something to be said for people, for great players who have championships. LeBron James obviously knew this, and he was just like, look, I can leave. I can go. This opportunity gives me a chance to win multiple championships, all right? Once I have that already in the fold, I can come back and then, give it all to Cleveland and win another one here. I think he was hedging his bet, and I do think he will return. Number 2, if he was to win in Cleveland, it would cement his legacy. And I'm not just talking about one of the greats of all time. In my opinion, if he wins one championship, assume that he wins this year, that the Miami Heat wins, that's 3 championships, right? That's a 3-peat, 3 in a row. If he goes back to Cleveland, finishes what he started there, that's 4 championships, but it's not a team with Dwayne Wade. It's not a team with Chris Bosh. It's a team with a young Kyrie Irving and a bunch of other young talented players. All right? I think that puts him, people already compare him to Jordan right now and have his whole career. All right? It's now people are starting to take it a little bit more seriously now. If he was to go back to Cleveland after winning this year and winning Cleveland, I think that's when that conversation gets incredibly serious. And then, it's a back and forth conversation. All right? And then going along with what he does with the rest of his career, MVPs and stuff, I think that's the key to overtaking his airness. Not that I'm saying that it's necessarily going to happen, but I do see it as a possibility. All right? And the number 1 reason I believe LeBron James is returning to Cleveland is because they have another star player, and that's Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving is a great enough player to be a second fiddle of a championship team. I think Kyrie Irving is enough, with other young complementary pieces. I think they can get it done in Cleveland if he were to go back, and I think he likes Kyrie Irving's game. He always loves point guards. He loves point guards that can shoot, much less the point guard that can do everything, all right? As he gets older, Kyrie Irving's a true point guard, even though he's a scorer, but he's still a point guard. He can take the creating opportunities for other people, making other people better, take a little bit of pressure off of LeBron. I think they could win with Kyrie Irving, LeBron, and some more young players. So those are my 10 reasons why I think LeBron will return to Cleveland. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Like the video, whatever, subscribe. And also, check out my sports blog. It's called BetterThanJordan.com. It's at www.betterthanjordan6.tumblr.com. All right? See you next time.